Hey everyone, Yoyston here, recapping some Middle-earth news and my thoughts about it. Over the past few weeks, Amazon has closed a deal to make a TV series that is a prequel to The Lord of the Rings. This would be Amazon's second TV series, the other being The Man in the High Castle. Reportedly, the price tag of the global rights alone for this project is set at $250 million, according to insiders. If true, this would make the series the most expensive TV show in the world, as it is intended to rival Game of Thrones. Some other recent news is that J.R.R. Tolkien's son, Christopher Tolkien, has resigned from the Tolkien estate. This means that the rights to works, such as the Silmarillion, the Unfinished Tales, and many other pieces are surely to be contested for by movie and TV show companies alike. It is sad to see Christopher step down from the mantle, as he has done so much for his father's works. For this, I must thank Christopher Tolkien for all he has done. My question, however, is what happens to the estate and its products now? It's possible that this news, along with Amazon's news, aren't two different stories, but rather the same. I'll explore that more in a bit. If you're asking what I think of this news, well, to be honest, I'm both excited and apprehensive. I'm always hopeful when Tolkien's works are brought to us through new media, like movies or video games, but I can't stress enough that it has to be done respectfully for it to work at all. Now, you all know my thoughts on the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games, and if not, I'll leave a link to that video in the description, so you all know that I think any movie, video game, or now TV show based off of Tolkien's works needs to be respectful to the main ideas and themes of his writings. In that lore review about the Shadow of Mordor and War games, I compared those video games with The Lord of the Rings Online to show how they miss Tolkien's themes of courage, love, and kindness, while The Lord of the Rings Online gets them right in a lot of ways. Now, the same can be said about this TV show compared to the movies that preceded it. While the Hobbit movies missed some of these main themes, and took many liberties of their own, I'll get into that in another video, the Lord of the Rings movies were overall pretty respectful to the Legendarium, in my opinion. Without those 3 Lord of the Rings movies, honestly I wouldn't be talking about Tolkien's works now, as they introduced me to the universe when I was very young, and gave me a love and a passion that I still carry today for his works. But I believe this new TV show may do that for other people, if it is done correctly. I will absolutely love the new series, if it doesn't take too many unnecessary liberties, and it sticks to the main themes of Tolkien's works. Some liberties are fine and understandable, as the TV show is an adaptation of literature, but too many and will feel like the show and the books aren't even about the same universe or literature. With that said, I do have an idea of what the TV show may be about. Since Christopher Tolkien is stepping down as the head of the Tolkien estate, it is a slight possibility that we are getting a Silmarillion series, following the elves, men, and dwarves during the First Age. That would be an incredible sight to see, if you ask me, and it's something that Tolkien fans would cherish forever. Now, that is just one guess, though the rights for the Silmarillion aren't quite available yet, as far as I know, so it is a slight possibility, but as Aragorn says in the movies, there is always hope. My next guess, and something I could really see happening, is an anthology series set during the Third Age of Middle-earth. What this could look like is every season may be its own story. For instance, we could see one season about Arnor's war with Angmar, another about the fall of Khazad-dûm to the Balrog, and maybe something about Eor the Young and the founding of Rohan. It is possible, and I actually think that this is far more likely than a lot of other ideas out there. That way Amazon could play it safe, and rather than having one story go on for many seasons that could get cancelled, they could split each season up into a different story. That way the audience who loves Tolkien's works will be watching, and each season that has a different tone will capture another audience. So the audience will keep growing as the seasons continue. Also, Amazon could use the appendices in The Return of the King as their source material, as rights to those would be fairly easy to get, and they could make more liberties here and there to fill in some of the gaps in the stories. There are definitely more possibilities out there, but a TV show on the Silmarillion or Tolkien's appendices would be fantastic, and more likely than some of the other possibilities out there. Following the success of the Lord of the Rings movies, I doubt that they would remake that story into a TV show already, as it seems the fans really don't want that. And the Hobbit movies just came out a few years ago, so I doubt that they would remake that either. Yet. But most importantly, what are your thoughts and speculations on these topics? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to my thoughts on this news and what may come from it. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button as it really helps the channel, and subscribe to stay up to date on all Middle-earth news. Please share this video with a friend who you think might like it, as to spread the news about Middle-earth. And if you'd like to contact me more directly, join us on Facebook and Twitter through the links in the description below. I'll also leave links to articles on these news pieces, so please check those out for more information. A new Q&A is coming this Sunday, so leave any questions you have for me down below with Q&A before it. If you're in America, have a great Thanksgiving this week, and as always, thank you all for joining me on this adventure. Until the next one, my friends.